Yeah, certainly, it's one of the parts. So it depends on how you think and what you believe. Whether you're on the spectrum of the final frontier, and we can just keep going and technology will save us, or if you're with Thomas Malthus and you say the population is going to explode and we're all going to starve to death in 2015 on March 3rd. So, you know, where are you in that spectrum? So there is a lot of room for opinion in your critique. That's fine. There's no right or wrong answer, but you need to be able to back up your arguments using some economic ideas, trade-offs, incentives, government policy, that kind of stuff. Okay? Any questions? Okay. Now, you can also do a definition search on sustainable development. And it will look a little bit different because there's more of a bent on human development rather than the ecosystem. So you should do that as well. Okay, let's kill this thing here. Now, apparently I didn't log out last time. Where's the log out thingy?
Control.
What? Control Alt Delete? Oh, sweet. Okay. When you guys do your lecture, you can also use YouTube videos, you can use the board, you can use PowerPoint or whatever. So keep in mind all the different media that are available to you. So, because you'll be doing the lecture for the full hour and a bit. And it will be recorded so that the people in the north can see you as well. Just to add that little bit of extra pressure. And what we should do pretty soon is decide on which groups you're going to be in, and you can start doing the research anytime. I'm guessing that you'll start, a week or so before your lecture is due. But we'll do this according to topics, and you can sign up for topics of choice, number 1, 2, and 3, and then I'll put you in groups according to what you're interested in. So if you think about it and you want to work with your friend, make sure you get your things lined up. Okay, so sustainability can also be thought of as the maintenance of the stock of capital. So this would be environmental capital. And capital is a produced means of production. So you can think of the forest as capital, mines as capital, anything where you're developing the infrastructure to produce goods and services that society wants. So how do we maintain the stock of capital? In some cases we can do it. With forests we can plant trees and manage the ecosystem in a way that doesn't damage the function. In some cases it is more difficult. Fisheries, for example. How do we maintain the stock of capital in a fishery in an ocean, for example, where there's no ownership? In a lake, it's not so bad because you can police, there's jurisdiction. So you can prevent people from using that stock or diminishing the stock. So think about the nature of the stock and the capital. That has a lot to do with the sustainability of it. So it's not just the capital stock itself, it's how we treat it. You can think of sustainability as weak or strong. So in the weak case, we maintain the capital between generations. And what we can do is increase the stock through substitution. So this means that we can run down some stocks and come up with synthetic materials or substitute them for renewable materials to the point where we don't necessarily need particular resources. That is considered sustainable by some. This is the view that people who really believe in technology would take. Technology is going to save us. Okay? In this case, we must maintain the stock of capital between generations, but there is no substitution. So what this comes down to is your beliefs and your values. Where do you sit on the spectrum? Okay, there's no right and wrong answer because it's based on values. And everybody's values are different, and you can't really argue about good values and bad values. That's a normative view. It's not a positive view. It's not what is. It's what ought to be. So you will have opinions. Okay. With strong sustainability, if there's no substitution, then we have this view where there are no complements or substitutes. We talked about that last time, complements and substitutes. So you cannot substitute anything. Any comments or anything? Okay, so for society, sustainability talks about non-declining welfare over time. So do you think that's true? Are you better off than your grandparents or your parents? Or are you worse off? You're worse off?
Maybe worse.
Really? Why would you say worse off?
Because, for example, they lived in Soviet Union with, with real policy, with a belief, some kind of, that the belief was sustainability and so on. But we saw the collapse of Soviet Union, all that
so
chaos. Yeah, now I'm here, so.
You're worse off because of a political
bad
situation.
Experience, maybe, yeah.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
What about, see, I think I'm better off than my mom, and certainly my grandma.
Same about me.
You're better off too? Who else, do you think you're better off, or you think you're worse off?